Good afternoon, dear viewers, and welcome to a new episode of the Afternoon Tea Show. May God protect our beloved country, Kuwait, and His Highness the Emir Sheikh Nawaf Ahmed Al Jaber Al Sabah. May God protect him and keep him safe. And His Crown Prince, His Highness Sheikh Mish'al Ahmed Al Jaber Al Sabah. May God protect him. Good afternoon, Sarah.
Good afternoon, Hiba, and good afternoon, dear viewers. In this special occasion when we're talking about National Day. Good afternoon, Gumar.
Good afternoon, Sarah, and welcome to a special episode of the Afternoon Tea, where we're here to celebrate together Kuwait's National Days. Hello, Hanan.
Hello, Gumar, and my lovely ladies co-host. Please stay tuned, dear viewers. We have a very special episode for you planned at the Afternoon Tea.
And we are back, dear viewers, to continue our celebration of National Day of Kuwait. Especially when it comes into presenting National Day, it's very important to always remember our heritage and the way we used to wear, especially wearing the old thobe of Kuwait, and especially wearing also the traditional hama. With that, we're going to know more about one of the participation of the Brothers Kingdom that we have, the countries and the beloved country of the Kingdom of Bahrain, and their participation when it comes into the Bahrain International Television. They prepared for us the report that is going to be presented to know more about it. So hopefully you will enjoy watching it with us.
لطالما اتسمت العلاقات الأخوية البحرينية الكويتية بالرسوخ والازدهار في إطار حرص قيادتي البلدين على تنمية أواصر الشراكة الاستراتيجية بين البلدين الشقيقين على مختلف الصعد السياسية والاقتصادية والاجتماعية والثقافية والإعلامية، باعتبارها أنموذجا للأخوة ووحدة الرؤى والمواقف في إطار مجلس التعاون لدول الخليج العربية، والحرص على تعزيز العمل العربي المشترك وخدمة القضايا العربية والإسلامية. وفي إطار الروابط الأخوية التاريخية والقواسم المشتركة، تشهد العلاقات البحرينية الكويتية تطورا ملموسا على كافة الأصعدة والمستويات، ومن ضمن ما يؤكد على هذه العلاقات الراسخة إنشاء اللجنة العليا المشتركة للتعاون بين حكومتي البلدين الشقيقين، وتوقيع العديد من اتفاقيات التعاون الدبلوماسي والقنصلي والسياحي والجوي والثقافي والتربوي والإعلامي، ومذكرات التفاهم والبرامج التنفيذية للتعاون في مجالات متعددة، إلى جانب ما تشهده العلاقات الاقتصادية من تطورات إيجابية. ويواصل البلدان تعاونهما تحت مظلة مجلس التعاون لدول الخليج العربية وحرصهما على تعزيز المكتسبات الوحدوية منذ إنشاء المجلس عام 1981 كأحد أنجح التكتلات الإقليمية والدولية، بفضل ما يجمع دول المجلس وشعوبها من وحدة دينية وتاريخية وثقافية ولغوية وجغرافية.
I would like to express my feeling about this occasion in Kuwait, and I would like to congratulate the population, the government, and everyone in Kuwait. Kuwait is one of the countries that contribute to all the world in many aspects of lives. So we glad to be here celebrating this occasion, and I wish Kuwait well.
As a part of the national celebration and national holidays, the Kuwaiti Society of Engineers organized a national event
Titled Hella Bazaar to support the projects of engineers and the youth. So let's go see the report together and we'll be right back.
A couple of participants here of booth. We have the one who sells hoodies, the one who sells a gown called darra'a in our culture, and also we have some homemade stuff like the soap, the perfumes, the fragrances that we have here, and all the profits that we're going to make from this event are going to our affected brothers and sisters that from the earthquakes in Syria and Turkey.
I am participating here with the Society of Engineering for this beautiful exhibition. This is my first time, and my booth is all about making organic soup. It's all natural ingredients. I used for my soup fresh oils, organic oils, and I will be thankful for the society for organizing this kind of exhibition, and all it will be donation for the Turkey and Syria of this disaster, and I will be thankful for you for this interview.
I have here, as you see with me on my left side, the oil products. I'm in the oil business, and I'm also into the technological aspect of the business. And we are like I mentioned before, we are the exclusive distributors and of the brand Bold, as you can see here. We have all different types of of oils that are meant for motor oils, motorbike oils, motorboats oils, and also different types of ATVs. And we do gear oils as well and filters as well. So alhamdulillah, we are the first. Today is the second day basically in the Engineers Society of Kuwait Society of Engineers, and we were very proud when we saw the motivation, the motives behind this type of initiative, and we immediately worked on it. And it's going for the earthquake reliefs and resilience of Syria and Turkey, and we hope and we pray to them that inshallah, hopefully they will gain and stand on their feet again.
Welcome, dear viewers, and of course, we would like to welcome with us in the studio our guest, Dr. Amira Al Hassan, Head of Mission of the United Nations Human Settlements Program, Gulf Cooperation Council countries, and in the state of Kuwait. I'd like to, of course, welcome you here today in our special episode.
Thank you so much for having me.
So, of course, Dr. Amira, when we're talking about women's role here in Kuwait, it's been really printed and been presented to everyone, of course, when it comes into that matter. But we want to know more about it from your own perspective, and how do you actually see it?
I believe the role of Kuwaiti women have evolved over the past few decades. Let's say from 1930s, we saw how Kuwaiti women entered education. In the past, they faced so many challenges with regards to education, their role in the society, in politics, or at any level inside the society. But in the last few decades, we see that the role has expanded, and after introducing compulsory education, for example, women started to learn, and literacy raised gradually until the opening of Kuwait University, and then afterwards the studying abroad for higher education, and also with regards to legislations and laws that enabled women to take new positions in their country. At first they became teachers and nurses, but then they became more of staff members, employees, and other roles they played until they, even in the past few years, they entered the judicial system as judges, and that's very progressive for a country like Kuwait that is small in the number of population, but yet the role of women is evolving over the years. And I see at the moment the only challenge that faces women is themselves believing in their ability.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think that's my perspective of the women role.
Yeah, and since we're talking about, let's say, about society, how do you find it like the women change, and what is their role? Like, how did they change?
If we look at Kuwait history, we see in history books about one incident when Kuwait was facing challenges from outside. The building of the wall around Kuwait city, it took place in Ramadan month. But not only men took the action of building the wall around Kuwait to protect it from invasion from outside, but women also contributed on the construction of the wall. So therefore, the equal role between women and men and the gender equality in Kuwait is witnessed throughout the history of Kuwait. And we see that her contribution to the society is not less than the men. In fact, they play a similar role, and they have to fulfill the needs of the society, name it, if they work as on the and as NGOs or as mothers or as employed in the government or in voluntary groups. I think both are playing the same role equally, women and men. Therefore, I don't see any difference from my side.
So we're going to continue, dear viewers, but after the break.
بالفخر والعز رفرف يا علم، انت اكبر من كيان ومن اسم، انت عز ارواحنا وانت فخر نفوسنا، انت يا رمز الشموخ فيك نسمو ونرتفع. بقلوبنا شلناك من قبل الايادي وفوق كل الروس، مو بس البيوت صعبة نرضى لك مكان إلا في عالي السماء، بكل عز وفخر ارفع العلم.
Welcome, dear viewers, and of course, we would like to welcome with us in the studio our guest, Dr. Amira Al Hassan, Head of Mission of the United Nations Human Settlements Program, Gulf Cooperation Council countries, and in the state of Kuwait. I'd like to, of course, welcome you here today in our special episode.
Thank you so much for having me.
So when it comes to one of the biggest contribution, I feel like, to empowering women in Kuwait must be the education system, or it should be the education system. So let's take a moment to talk about how has the education system here in Kuwait helped empower women, and how could it actually help to empower even further?
Yes, when you talk about empowering, that means you are talking about urban governance. And the governance is the tool where you employ and you give a formal role for anybody. Since education became formal in 1936 in Kuwait, the opening of schools for girls enabled girls to study in primary school, and after which intermediate and higher schools were opened until 1960s when Kuwait University was opened. And when we look at education from educational perspective, we see that the empowerment of women has got an educational aspect within it. So girls were allowed education regardless to any kind of education, whether it's normal or vocational education. Therefore, it really helped out women to empower themselves in terms of gaining knowledge. Because even if I want to play a role in my society, I need the knowledge to enable me to be employed as a nurse or as an engineer or as an ambassador or any ranking in the society. Therefore, education helped out women, and still we are seeing that education in Kuwait is not restricted to certain theme or certain education, but we see a Ministry of Higher Education is opening new channels of education, and it's something that we feel proud of.
Yes, indeed, and it's very important when it comes into that. I'm very sure, especially that when you're talking about how important is education, and it is now mainly very, let's say, restricted even on the country, that each and every individual should actually be participated in education. Like even if one of the, let's say, students, whether male or female, are not actually assigned or not actually even coming to school, they start to call and try to do a research. Why is the student not actually being participated?
Absolutely, and you know, the main thing is about how does a nation become stronger and better is by educating its pupils, and especially women. Indeed. Because we are the ones that carry this torch, absolutely. So Dr. Amira, what about the role that Kuwaiti women played during the liberation and during the occupation of Kuwait at that time?
Yeah, it is very unique case where in the liberation of Kuwait took place without any introduction. It's just within 24 hours the whole country was taken. But we see in the history of Kuwait liberation that certain girls and women played a pivotal role in the liberation of Kuwait. For example, engineer Asrar Al-Gabandi is a very well-known name in terms of exchanging data and information that because she was stationed in Kuwait and she enabled through her using certain machines to exchange data about what's happening inside Kuwait.
Wow.
But also after the liberation of Kuwait, when the big fires took place in the oil fields, we see another name, which is engineer Sara Akbar, sorry.
Yes.
Yeah.
She played a key role in extinguishing the big fires that took place that resulted in acid rain in the Himalayas. At that time it was reported.
Wow.
So we see these two names are very significant names. And other than them, we have a list of women in Kuwait who worked with the Kuwaiti resistance in terms of giving money for the needy inside Kuwait or giving food, and also reaching the weapons to the resistance where they were to places where they were located.
Yes.
So we see women fighted invasion and resisted invasion hand to hand with men. They did not play less than their role. In fact, they backed the resistance in Kuwait. Also, they played key role inside the society because at that time the society was very vulnerable.
Yes.
Thank you so much for actually showing a magnifying glass on the importance of how women actually helped to protect Kuwait in a moment where they were so needed, and in different parts of the war as well.
I think women, if we look at them in a wider range, we see that before 1960, in the 1930s, there were women who educated girls in as mullaya, we call them.
Yes.
They teach reading and mathematics and the Quran to the girls at that time, where there was informal education. Also, we see other names of girls who were educated outside Kuwait, like Lulwa. I can't remember the names now, but after 1960s we see new names also with the last addition. And also for myself, I am the first Kuwaiti being head of a mission inside Kuwait for UN Habitat. Other than myself, Lulwa Mullah, for example, she became the first ambassador of Kuwait to the United Nations in 1993.
Nabila Al-Mullah, yeah?
Nabila Al-Mullah, sorry, correct.
Yes,
Thank you for
correcting
me. I think we have a wide range of names of Kuwaiti women. I see they are very ambitious, and I believe that the government enabled them in terms of setting the rules and regulations and laws that ensure girls even conquer new horizons. For example, the entrepreneurships, also in terms of becoming entering the market.
Yes, and I think that's the most important thing, having that support from the country itself, especially that it is also evolved when it comes into the vision of Kuwait 2035, which is of course trying to give that big support and giving them that great chance, of course, indeed. And to be honest, we're really proud of each individual woman, especially when we were talking about you, Dr. Amira, being head of a mission, and as you just said, being the first woman to be actually associated about it here in Kuwait is something very amusing, and also proud to be actually evolved about it. So when it comes into that, presenting it to the audience itself, to each and every individual woman who is watching us today, telling them more of an advice or a message about, let's say, being part and participating about Kuwait in the future itself.
I think nowadays in the United Nations and worldwide, we are talking about women empowerment.
Yes.
I think the only challenge that faces Kuwaiti women at present time is believing in ourselves.
Yeah, absolutely.
That we are capable of achieving, especially when we saw last the satellite which was launched.
Yes.
And when we see the team, 3/4 of the team was women.
We actually interviewed some of the girls here on our show a few weeks ago, if you guys do remember.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
if we believe in ourselves, we are capable of achieving more and more for our country and ourselves.
Yep.
So I look forward to not having only one or two members of the parliament. I look forward to having half of the parliament
Yes, only makes
as
sense.
members of the National Assembly, because it's all related to women voting and believing in other women's abilities.
Yes.
And therefore, it's not a matter of the government or giving us more liabilities, more laws, and initiating
a
more
matter of confidence,
legislation about
isn't
our
it?
feeling confident
They say
about
50% actually of doing something is 50% is having the confidence to do it or to show that you're confident enough to do it.
exactly.
So it's a key.
So the key word of success here is persistence. And I salute Kuwaiti women for what they achieved in the last few decades. It's something unprecedented, and I'm proud.
We just
to be
started to
Kuwaiti.
vote in 2005, I believe, or 2004.
Exactly,
If you
yep.
can believe, and where we are now in 2023 compared to when we marched in the streets for our rights to have a voice. I'm so very proud.
Exactly, and
Yeah.
I think we have more people, more women also, not only taking a salary and working for the government. No, rather than that, I see that they became innovative in many ways possible. And I see not only innovative in fashion, or they exceeded that to other aspects and other horizons.
Especially in our show, all of us are here women, so yeah, we're really proud to be, of course, part of it. Yeah.
Actually, I want to end up here that I saw in my experience in Kuwait plants. Kuwait cultivates that started in 2019. I saw Kuwaiti ladies entering plantation and agriculture in a very arid country like Kuwait, where water is scarce. I saw women in Shamia. They are mothers and they are grandmothers, and they are entering innovation in irrigation in a very poor country in water like Kuwait. It's very challenging because of climate change, because of sand dust storm, because of the very poor topsoil of Kuwait. Although of these challenges faces them, but I saw a very successful ladies in implementing and employing innovative ways of planting and implementing sustainable interventions in Kuwait in a very nice. And I'm very proud of this, actually.
Yes, I'm really proud about it too.
Let's hear one word, last word for the National Liberation Day for Kuwait. What would you say?
Yes, it gives me a great pleasure to congratulate Kuwait in the occasion of the liberation. It's the 32nd year of liberation and 62nd year of Independence Day of Kuwait. So Happy National Day to all.
Yes. Thank you very much, Dr. Amira, for being here with us. It was really a pleasure having you, of course, here, and we wish you all the best success. So thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
So we're going to continue, dear viewers, but after the break.
بالفخر والعز رفرف يا علم، أنت أكبر من كيان ومن اسم، أنت عز أرواحنا وأنت فخر نفوسنا، أنت يا رمز الشموخ، فيك نسمو ونرتفع. بقلوبنا شلناك من قبل الأيادي، وفوق كل الروس مو بس البيوت. صعبة نرضى لك مكان إلا في عالي السماء، بكل عز وفخر ارفع العلم.
a very special day when we're talking about National and Liberation Day of Kuwait, especially that everyone is celebrating these days when it comes into the citizens of Kuwait and everyone who's actually involved about it.
Yeah, especially I think most of the people, all of us, we enjoy the national like celebration, but I think the kids enjoy it more.
Indeed.
And I think they have their own way. Like, how
Yes.
do your kids celebrate
Yes.
Hiba?
To be honest, like we always like to gather outside and let's say with the family and friends, trying to go on the Gulf Road, looking at everyone, expressing their love to Kuwait.
Yes.
Absolutely. It's such a great also time to remember Kuwait and to be so proud of things that are part of our tradition. Like one thing is, as you guys can see on this episode, is we're all in the national thobe traditional outfit of Kuwait. And today's actually a very special occasion because I'm actually wearing my grandmother's thobe herself. May her soul rest peacefully.
Yes.
Absolutely. You know, this is such a very joyous occasion where we celebrate the liberation in Kuwait and the Independence Day. I believe that we all have different stories that we can relate to and share of how to spend this very special day.
Yes, indeed. So, of course, dear viewers, we're going to know more about it and to know more about all of these celebrations that are happening in the country. So, stay tuned with us.
For the celebration that we're having today, which is Dirti Al Kuwait in Safat Square in Al Mubarakiyah. As we're celebrating the Independence Day and the Liberation Day, we're gathered here with more than 120 small businesses coming from all over Kuwait to celebrate and to enjoy these celebrations. During this event, we have a lot of surprises going on. There is a lot of music bands, competitions, quizzes, a lot of markets going on, restaurants from all over the cuisines. And it's our pleasure to welcome everybody. It's free to attend. It's one of the most historic places in Kuwait, Safat Square. At the end, I'd like to thank you guys for being here and for supporting us all the time. Thank you.
I am here to support our family business, a Kuwaiti business, clothing business, a Kuwaiti brand for ladies, casual clothes. This event is celebrating the National Day of Kuwait, and there are a lot of activities for families, kids, and friends.
I think it's a very good advertisement for tourism in Kuwait, that people see such amazing atmosphere. You know, when you hear the word Kuwait, people would immediately think about desert, so hot, being like at home under the condition. But here, the atmosphere is really amazing and the weather is very, very nice.
We're participating here to celebrate Kuwait National Day. We do have our own business here. We do customizing pins. We do custom pins for Kuwait, especially for Kuwait National Day. And we have the other stuff we have for our own projects.
There are going to be a lot of events during these national days, and I think it's a really good chance to come to visit it and enjoy the life that Kuwait has to offer. Well, if I tell you the truth, it's a lot of people here, a lot of different cultures, and we found it is a special time to come to visit the market, yes. It's going to be the national days, and I think it's really important for all the people, all the community in Kuwait to come over, to come visit it and enjoy the Kuwaiti culture, right?
this is nice. This is a nice day. We used to stay here or on weekend, but today I feel this is a special day because there is a lot of people. The weather is marvelous, and it's nice to see, especially the child with the flag, dressing flag, Kuwait flag. It's a special day and it's beautiful, really nice. I congratulate all Kuwait citizens, especially because they feel his country as a really important thing. And they are really important in all over the world. And they are conscious. This is a special day to have conscience about this issue.
It's great to see that at Kuwait University we're educating the next generation of young Kuwaitis about the sacrifice of both Kuwaitis, Americans, and others from the coalition to fight for the freedom of the Kuwaiti people. It's an honor and a privilege to be here today, to see all the exhibitions, to see current Kuwaiti accomplishments, as well as historical Kuwaiti documents. And with me, I'm actually joined by Ambassador Skip Ghanim, who many of you may know was the American ambassador just after liberation and was well known, I think, to many of Kuwaitis and the Kuwaiti people. I look forward to many, many more years of strong partnership between the United States and Kuwait as we move forward into the future together.
فيك يا نسل الشيوخ الأكرمين يا الأمير القائد العالي مقام يا أبو قلب ممتلي تقوى ودين عيدنا بك عيد نورها الظلام وصار بشتك للبلد درع حصين.
And we are back, dear viewers. Again, it's very interesting and amazing to see all of the participation when it comes into the international television of the Kingdom of Bahrain, especially when it comes into our special occasion, which is the National Day of Kuwait. I'm very sure that everyone is tempting to know more about and to see more reports when it comes into the things that the international television of Bahrain prepared for us for this special occasion of the National Day of Kuwait. So hopefully everyone will enjoy watching it, so stay tuned with us.
تعد دولة الكويت من أكثر الدول نشاطاً في العمل الخيري والتطوعي في مختلف دول العالم، حيث أن دولة الكويت أثرت هذا العمل وقد اعتمدت له الأمم المتحدة يوماً عالمياً تحتفل به في 5 شهر ديسمبر من كل عام. سجل ناصع في الأعمال الإغاثية والتطوعية ترجم من خلاله ما جبل عليه أهل الكويت وإسهاماتهم لأبناء وطنهم وللبشرية جمعاء. ولعل هذه التجربة في العمل التطوعي لدولة الكويت الشقيقة تجربة فريدة ومتميزة تستحق تسليط الضوء عليها وتقديرها بقدر ما قدمته وتقدمه دائما. سيرين عصفور لمركز الأخبار تلفزيون البحرين.
Congratulations for people's for the Kuwait people for the in this beautiful occasion, and we wish the Kuwait successful and the beautiful in the future. Thank you very much.
Of course, dear viewers, we are back to welcome one of our guests who's going to join us on a phone call with us. Our guest, Isa Deshti. He is the BEM Secretary of Kuwait Philatelic and Numismatic Society. So really happy to welcome you with us.
Hello. Yes.
Hello, welcome with us,
Thank you.
Mr. Isa Deshti. Yes.
And thank you for this interview.
When was the first postage stamp issued for the National Day of the State of Kuwait?
The first national stamp that's issued for the National Day in Kuwait, it was in 1962 for the first anniversary of the Kuwait National Day. And that stamp set, it's 4 stamps. It's carrying the new flag of Kuwait at that time, and the sign on the subtom of Kuwait, and it was the same design and different value of these stamps. And the first national stamps for Kuwait issue in 19 June in 1962, because like you know, the National Day, it was in 19 June.
Yes.
And after 3 years, the Kuwait government changed the celebration for the National Day from 19 June to 25 February. And from that day to this day, we are celebration in 25 February. So in the first 3 years, for the first anniversary and the second anniversary and the third anniversary of the National Day, all that stamps it's issued in the official day. It's 19 June, and after the changing day, all the stamps and all the celebration, it was in 25 February.
Wow,
it must be for the weather, isn't it? It's always nicer in February.
Indeed. Yes, and was there a special stamp that was issued to commemorate these occasions, please, Mr. Isa?
Yes, it's all the national days. In every year there is a special stamp set issues in the same day, and it's sold in the post offices in all Kuwait cities and areas. And for this year, we are waiting our new stamps that will issue next few days, and then this for the 2023 stamp, the set it will containing 2 stamps. Each stamp value is 500 fils, and it's containing the late Amir of Kuwait, Sheikh Abdullah Salim al-Sabah, when he's signing the independent agreement between Kuwait and England. And it's my pleasure and honor. This year's stamp of the National Day, I designed this stamp, and I put the idea of this stamp.
Yes, it's really amazing to hear about that, Mr. Isa, and especially when we're talking about these kind of occasions, when we're talking about National Day of Kuwait and presenting these new stamps for everyone who would like, of course, to see them, and especially that we were not only presenting it within an image and that's it, but there is a story behind it, and there is, let's say, more of an effort about it to educate everyone who would like to actually purchase it. So when it comes into having the stamps, like, is it actually available for everyone who like to collect these kind of, let's say, hobby collecting such stamps?
Yes, the stamps is available for everybody, for the stamp collector, for the philatelic members, and also for anybody who would like to collect Kuwaiti stamps. He can visit any post office, or especially Mishraf post office, and he can buy all the stamps he needs for the National Day or for other occasions. And for all the stamps, everybody, like the stamp collector, he needs to visit us in Kuwait Philatelic and Numismatic Society. We have all the stamps. He can see the stamps. He can exchange the stamps. He can visit us to know about the stamps history, and especially in these happy days for the National and Liberated Day, we will do a mini exhibition and display all these stamps in our society.
So how can we strengthen the sense of belonging among the National's Youth and Liberation Day? So as we know, obviously there's a lot of younger people out there, and we'd love to encourage them to further their connection with Liberation Day. So how can you and your association help with this aspect?
Our society, the Kuwait Philatelic and Numismatic Society every year it's cooperate with many ministries, many offices here in Kuwait to do exhibitions, to do lectures, to show and to put a very nice exhibit for the people, for the young people, just to inform them, to learn them about the history of the Kuwait stamps, and especially the stories of the National Day and the Liberation Day, that the stamp documents this two occasion more than 50 years for the National Day and more than 32 years of the Liberation Day. That means the stamps look like an important document that each country issued these stamps to document this occasion and to carrying this occasion through the stamps for the next generation and for the young generations to know about the history through the stamps.
Wow. Thank you so much for educating us on the stamps and history. So, Sarah,
yes,
tell me more.
I think we have had enough information, and it was really interesting learning about the stamp. We would like to thank our guest, Isa Dashti, the Secretary of the Kuwaiti Society for Stamps and Coins. With that, dear viewers, we're going to have a break and we'll be back.
When it comes to celebrating, it's not just for local Kuwaiti citizens, but also it's foreigners. Each year, everyone who has lived here or called Kuwait home at one point really enjoys celebrating with us.
Absolutely. Even when you go out and check out everyone's houses, it's so beautifully decorated with flags and lights, and it's just such a joy to be outside.
Yes, indeed. And of course, when it comes into that, we always like to tell everyone that this is an opportunity for everyone to gather as family, friends, to know more about Kuwait, to know more about our beloved country, and to educate even the new generation about it.
الصوت الطويل. دارنا مصيونة برجالها، كويتنا عطية المولى الجزيل، ما تطيب النفس من دونها. لا صاح المنادي بالصوت الطويل، دارنا مصيونة برجالها، كويتنا عطية المولى الجزيل، ما تطيب النفس من دونها.
I'm very happy to be here to express all my congratulations to Kuwait, to the people of Kuwait in this very special occasion. And I want also to reassure our committee friends of the very strong links existing between France and Kuwait and the very strong friendship that I'm sure this occasion will help us to push again forward.
شيخنا نواف ويضيع الكلام فيك يا نسل الشيوخ الأكرمين. صلوا على النبي، صلوا على النبي، صلوا على طه النبي اللي نشر إسلامه. الله يعز هذا الوطن يحفظ لنا حكامه.
And with that, dear viewers, we reach towards the end of today's episode of the Afternoon Tea Show. May God protect our beloved country, Kuwait, and His Highness the Emir Sheikh Nawaf Ahmed Al Jaber Al Sabah. May God protect him and keep him safe. And His Highness the Crown Prince of Kuwait, Sheikh Mushal Ahmed Jaber Al Sabah. May God protect him.
May God protect them, and we hope you enjoyed our episode in this special occasion, the National Day of Kuwait.
May God protect Kuwait and everyone in it, and thank you guys for celebrating with us today on National Day.
Dear viewers, I hope you had a splendid episode of the Afternoon Tea, and see you next time.
فيها رجال تحبها الكويت واحنا معاها كلنا الغلاها جينا نغني في حبها الكويت